Back when Fortnite released in 2017, I remember seeing the business model in a really scathing way, and I didn't understand why people would buy the paid cosmetics that were offered to them. And my reasoning was as follows. When you buy these paid cosmetics, you're not getting anything besides enriching your gameplay experience a little bit. So I figured, these are pretty much useless. Naturally, I also looked at the business model and I thought, this is deplorable. Like, you're shilling these objectively useless items to players and charging exorbitant fees for them. This seems rather exploitative, and I want no part in it, right? But now I've played significantly more live service games than I did back then, and with a little bit more perspective, my attitude towards these things has changed a lot. And I think that for live service games, the free game paid cosmetic items business model is the absolute best way that anything or any studio can approach this kind of thing to the benefit of both the community and to their own profits. The reason why I say that is because it significantly decreases the barrier to entry for communities, right? Where the game is free, so there's no problem there. And the paid cosmetics, well, they're just cosmetics, right? So there's no unfair advantage gained if somebody has a skin and you don't. Making the player base easier to grow in this way is just a net positive for everyone. More players for live service games always equals a better game. If you look at the explosive growth of games like Fortnite and League of Legends over the years, I think a lot of that is attributable to this very idea. The next thing that I want to address is the value of paid cosmetics. I think there was a survey released a few years ago with CS players where just because of the sound design and the visual profile of a weapon, they believed that it was stronger than another one, even though numerically they were the exact same. And this even kind of applies in real life, right? If you look your best, you feel your best. If you spend a lot of time on the game anyway, and you want to enrich your experience a little bit in certain ways, then it's kind of worth it, right? Like, if you spend, I don't know, like, let's say 70 hours a month on a particular game, right? That's quite a bit. But this is just to illustrate a point. If you pay like $25 for a skin and you enjoy it for the month and you're like, yeah, this is really fun. I like playing with this skin, this has enhanced my experience of it. I would say that that's worth it, right? You're spending money to increase your enjoyment of the game for a relatively large amount of time. Like, in a lot of ways, it's kind of like paying for a streaming service or going to an arcade, right? Obviously, there are still some people who take it a little overboard. Like, you do not need 5 skins for the same character or weapon or whatever in the span of like 2 months, right? You do not need that. But if you pay at a rate where you can enjoy all of the benefits that come out of it, however small they might be, and you invest enough time for that thing to be worth it, then yeah, I completely understand the value of buying that paid cosmetic. I think this applies to pretty much every in-game purchase, but I might not be ready to assert that that's the case for certain games just yet. Anyway, I should probably talk about my team really quickly before this replay ends. So, I wanted to do something with Volcanion. This Volcanion is Fire Spin, Taunt, Steam Eruption, Will-O-Wisp, and the idea was I can trap special walls like Slowking Galar, Aloma Mola, that kind of thing, and use it to open up guys that are weak to that kind of pivoting. it trades rather well into some stuff like Iron Moth and Goldengo. You'd be surprised at how well it works. I put on a hat to bounce hazards for it. I also put on Corviknight with defog and a rapid spin Great Tusk because I wanted to be able to approach removing the hazards at varying speeds, right? Like if I'm playing against a really dynamic team, then maybe I want to just keep them off entirely. If I'm playing against super fat without gold, I can just, fog, take it a little more slow. And to round out the team, I put in King Gambit for priority and just a strong win condition. Same thing with Darkrai. It's the bulky plot Will-O-Wisp set that has really grown on me. I think I discovered it on a Maverick Shooters team, and I'll link it in the description actually. So that's my defense for the free game paid cosmetics monetization system, and I hope I've shed some insight into why people engage in these things for people who don't understand like I did. That's it from me, and I hope you have a good day.